What is going on, guys? Boy Joey Shakes coming to you guys with a live stream right now. Road to the Draft episode 14. I know yesterday we had episode 14, but it was a short stream because I jumped on with 500, I think, after. So we're just going to redo this one as of right now. So news right now, looks like the schedule for the Philadelphia Eagles is going to be coming out May 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to get our schedule next month and, see what's going on week to week, hoping that the Eagles have the Commanders week 1 Monday Night Football. That's what I'm hoping in Philadelphia. That's what I'm kind of hoping for as of right now. So, we'll see. We'll see. But, hey, at least we know when this schedule is coming out. It's a good thing. So, can't complain about it. What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. What is it? Wednesday? Thursday? I don't even know what day it is right now. We're 7 days away from that? Oh, it's the 21st. We're 7 days away. We're almost there, guys. We're a week away from the draft. How about that? Excited. Wasn't really happy with that press conference the other day. I really wasn't. I know there's a lot of smoke screens involved. I understand that, but Howie's got to get Jalen Hurts another weapon, man. He's got to get Jalen Hurts another weapon. It's really pissing me off. Willis, what's going on? Jinx, MJ, George, Brandon, Bergang, what's going on, man? Chris, we wait all these months to get football back, and you want to wait another day. Bergang said, I want to do a mock draft with you before the draft. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. I got a bunch of streams. I'm actually going to be on 2 other channels this weekend. Next week, I don't know what's happening next week. I have absolutely no idea what's going on for next week. I got to see. By Sunday, I'll know what's going on for the week. But we will try to do something. Will says, hopefully Howie doesn't screw this up. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping not, bro. What's going on? Who that dude? What's going on, man? AK said, what good, Joe. Appreciate content, man. Draft can't get here enough respect, bro. Appreciate, dude. Definitely. Yeah, dude, it's going to come quick. It's going to go really fast, guys. And I don't know what the Eagles are doing, but we're going to find out when the time comes. I'm excited to stream this next Thursday. I'm excited. Me and Philly are going to either get really pissed off or be really happy. So I guess we're going to find out. Pickens round 1. Probably not round 1, probably round 2, most likely. If they want to trade that 18th pick back, they can do that. All I want is the Eagles to really, all I'm looking for in this draft is to get safety. I mean, the Tyrann Mathieu stuff, I'm kind of just like, we'll see what happens. I'm kind of just being really patient with it and not going too crazy about it as of right now. I think I'm just going to be patient with it. And if we don't get him, we don't get him. I think there's plenty of safeties like Daxton Hill and Jaquan Brisker in the second round the Eagles can go after. I mean, I wouldn't doubt, if Kyle Hamilton moves out of the top 10, I feel like it could happen, Chris is rigging in here, still trying to trade up for number 1 overall pick, take Christian Harris. Tony said, what up, fam? Just tuning in to hear some Bird Talk support channel. Go Bird. Appreciate it, Tony, so much, man. George said, a week away. I'm excited, scared at the same time. Don't you screw this up, Howie. Yeah, trust me, dude. I was pissed off at that press conference yesterday, dude. If Jalen Hurts if Jalen Hurts is the guy, man, why are they not putting any weapons around? At least a proven weapon they didn't put around him, even earlier in free agency. I don't even care about the Deebo Samuel stuff, but come on now. I mean, should have did something by now. Reese says, imagine if we got Sauce Pickens and Honey Badger. That would be fantastic. I think Pickens is definitely a big target for the Eagles if they don't go receiver in the first round. Jay says, do you think the Eagles have interest in Deebo? Yeah, probably, but it doesn't mean they're going to get him. Like, I don't think they're going to get him at all. I just don't think it's going to happen because it's going to cost the Eagles more than a first-round pick, probably doubled first. Who knows at this point? And there's too much. There's not enough time. I mean, you got the draft around the corner in a week. I just don't see it happening, Who that dude said, I'm seeing Sauce go as high as 2 in these latest mocks. Damn. Yeah, it's. I heard the Texans have a lot of interest in Stingley and Sauce. That's what I'm hearing right now. So Sauce might be gone by the 3rd overall pick. He might be gone by the Texans pick. I'm telling you, he might go to He might go to Houston. Again, says Joey, if Howie took a Lam at 18, would you be mad? I know he is projected at 21, 24, but is 18 really? I think it is just a little bit. I think they should get him in the late first. I think you're perfect at 21, 24. I think that's where he is most likely going to get drafted. I think it's a little bit of a reach, but so you're saying what if Booth is available at 18, I'm picking up Booth before Kyer Alam, but if Booth isn't available, you could trade back in the late first to go get Kyer if that's the case. So Zach says 100% trade up for Sauce and take a wide receiver in the second. I agree with that. Abdul said, would you rather trade for Debo or DK? I'm in for DK, man. I've been a DK fan for a long time. I like those big body receivers, and plus he's got a lot of speed. He's the Terminator of a wide receiver. Yo, Jinx, what's going on? AK, oh, he said, what's up to AK? Comment Star says, hey, Joey, what's up? What's going on, Comment? Chris says, Joey, if we take Treylon Burks, do you think that's enough for Hurts? Oh, just one weapon. I think Treylon Burks is a good receiver. I mean, a lot of people have been, going crazy about his route running isn't as good, but I think he's one of the most pro-ready receivers going into this draft. If they don't trade up for, Garrett Wilson or they don't trade up for Jameson Williams, then I can really see them going after Treylon Burks at 15. I think it's a good pick. I think it'll be a good pick for him. Like I said, Howie taking Matt Corral dinner, Golden Corral, then it's a wrap. Yeah, if that's the case, then probably. Big Ed says, with our first 3 picks, I just want to see them be stars and get better as the season goes on. We would be lucky if our 2 third picks start. Most important, draft players that are going to start, please. Yeah, that's all I care about. I'm not really worried about the later rounds. I'm worried about the first 2 picks of this draft, maybe the first 3 picks. So actually, they already have Lonnie Johnson, Desmond King, and Steven Nelson. God dang, how much help do they need back there? Comment says, I've been happy with everything we have done so far except for the Barnett signing. We haven't overpaid for players, and we did not give up a lot of draft capital. Time to build the team in the draft. I think that's what you have to do. I mean, really at the beginning of all this, I didn't want to trade for a quarterback, Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson. I wanted to keep Jalen Hurts here and build this roster. I just want to build this roster because there's so many holes on this team right now. Defensively, more defensively than offensively, but man, says I see our 18th 83 and Rager for Debo. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It might even cost more than that. He says my dream duo is Smith and Olave would be make Hurts any QB we have going forward job. Oh, 100%. Olave. I've seen a lot of mock drafts of Olave come to the Eagles because he's a receiver that's going to be really good in the open space, going to open up a lot for those little short passes for big chunk yards. And Olave is a burner as well. So Olave could be used in the red zone. I mean, really end arounds. I mean, you can use them for almost anything. I think that was pretty much what Rager was supposed to be. I think Olave is the perfect complementary guy for I think whether they go for a more of a speedster, if they go for more of a guy with size, like if you want to go George Pickens or something like that. I mean, I've been looking at guys like David Bell. I did a channel membership on David Bell. I really like his twitchness, in the outside and in the slot because he's played both. Wan'Dale Robinson, I really do like. I would take a chance on him, not in the 3rd round, but probably a little bit earlier than that, to be honest. I think he has a lot more worth than what he's capable of. 3 down 2 cup. John Ritchie made the case to not drafting Treylon Burks in the mid day show today. Kings Noverdi says, I heard that Tyrann Mathieu does not want to be traded until after the draft. Yeah, it might not happen. It might not happen until after the draft. It's too quiet right now. I mean, I heard the Eagles actually put in already a bid for him already, and I think he's looking over contract, so I'm not really sure. Tyler said, if we can't get Lance Foster Stanley, I could see us trading the 18th, going back in the mid-20s and get Boot Jr. And another second. I could see that happening too, definitely. Abdul said the critical to not pick 10 picks this year and move up and get solid talent is the second round. Yeah, second round is going to be so important in this draft. I wouldn't mind, like I said, I wouldn't mind trading back that 18th pick and moving back up and, getting another early second round so you have 2 second rounders. I'd be totally fine with that. So I said, King, I said, yeah, that makes sense. Most of that free agents like to save their longevity so that they don't want to practice in OTAs. But I do say that 2 Ohio State wide receivers are the most pro-ready according to some. No, I definitely agree. I think Garrett Wilson's going top 10 with Jameson Williams. I think, yeah, because I looked at a lot of news around the league, and a lot of people think Jameson Williams and Garrett Wilson are going to be the two top 10 guys. And Garrett Wilson I want very badly, especially a really good pro day interview with the Eagles and Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni. I thought it went really well. And then Jameson Williams, without that injury, he'd be the best receiver going in this class right now, number 1 receiver. But unfortunately, I don't know. Teams are really starting to take. I would take a chance on Jameson Williams. I'm not even kidding. Like it's really hard not to take a chance on him. Comments said the wide receiver class this year is great. It would be hard to miss on a player that is this year's draft. I'm worried about getting Drake London because he seems to be hit or miss prospect. Yeah, I don't know. He's a big hit or miss, and the guy never has separation. I don't know. To me, it's like he's always covered. His contested catching is great. I just don't think he has that elite speed. Plus, it's like he's been dealing with this hamstring injury still, and there's too many what ifs with Drake London. Like, he could be a really good receiver. Who knows? But I could see him getting drafted early. I could see someone taking a chance on him as well. So, we'll see. He said, I've been growing fond of Ross from Clemson. I believe Dude could be a steal in round 2. Interesting. Toss, if you had to bet, you think we go DT cornerback or DT wide receiver? I think the Eagles will go DT wide receiver in the first. I think they're really looking at wide receivers in the first round. They could be. I don't know who's their guy in the first round, but I feel like they're going to go DT wide receiver. Or they might go cornerback wide receiver the first round. I think that's what they're really going to do. Cake says, what wide receiver would you spend the most money on? Probably Jameson Williams because he could do almost anything. Jameson Williams, Garrett Wilson. 3 on 2 cups. So do you listen to top? I do listen to WIP. I haven't listened to them in a while, though. Jonathan, I think that said Ross would have been towards the second round pick if it wasn't for injury. Ernst said, I think Drake London is going to be good. My concern about him is getting injured because using your body and make them catches you can land all types of ways. Yeah, I get it. Trust me. Look at Alshon Jeffrey. Been hurt a lot after that big contract he got. Who that dude said Wilson and Jameson are my 2 favorite wide receivers. Yeah, those 2 guys are going to be going top 10. They're going to be going top 10. George says, Ross has great size at 6'4". David says, I keep hearing that New York Giants may trade out the 5th. What would GM Joey Shakes offer if that spot where the Eagles could get Sauce? I don't think they're trading with the Giants. I mean, at this point, like, if the Giants trade out, then we could probably trade up at 6 with Carolina. I think that'd be a safe bet that we can get Sauce there because whatever's – I don't think if someone trades up to that spot, I don't think they're trying to get Sauce. But, we'll see. But there are rumors. I mean, it'd be smart on their case because – Daniel Jones, they don't have another first round pick for 2023 next year. So I would expect them to trade out. But if they're going to pick 2 guys between 5 to 7, I mean, they could pick 2 great guys, but it's just it's a waste because then they have to probably give up more draft capital next year to try to get a quarterback. So Comment said if we get Jordan Davis, Garrett Wilson the first, and Christian Harrison the second, then that would be A+ draft to me. I mean, look, I don't see them going after linebacker in the first 2 rounds with Kaiser White being here. I just don't see it happening. I think just getting Garrett Wilson plus Jordan Davis is going to be an A+ in general. And then if you add more in the second round, I'm totally fine with that. If they get Garrett Wilson and Jordan Davis, I can see them going in the second. I'm looking at it safeties like badly, like Daxton Hill and Jordan and Jaquan Brisker and some of these other guys, Petre from Baylor. I mean, there's plenty of guys in the second round you can go get. George, the closer we get to the draft, the more scare I get. I get it, dude. I totally get it. Ernest says, Olave and Jameson are equally skilled, but I think we got to go cornerback because it's the biggest need. I think it is because they let Steven Nelson walk. They didn't offer him anything. I mean, they brought in Andrew Booth. They brought in Sauce on pre-draft visits. So I think corner is going to be the way to go in the first round. They need that. I mean, I'm so happy, dude. Like, I really hope they get a homegrown cornerback. I hope they draft one, dude, that's going to be really good for years to come. I mean, it's been a long time coming since we drafted a cornerback in the first round since, 2002, 2003. I mean, that's how it's been a long time. Brock says the receiver from Cincinnati looks damn good. Are you talking about Alec Pierce? Yeah, Alec Pierce is 6'4", over 200 pounds. Plus, they ran a 4.33. Alec Pierce is a big. I mean, you're talking about a big body that gets separation. That guy's a possession receiver, but man, that guy's a burner too for his size. I've been liking Alec Pierce a lot. I would definitely take a chance on him that they don't go receiver first round. Thoughts on the 76ers right now? I think they look really good. I mean, look, the offense was kind of stutter-stepped a little bit in the first half. It didn't look great. The turnovers were kind of nonstop. And B didn't look great. I mean, there was some things that didn't look too good, but they pulled it together in the second half, though. They pulled it together in the second half, even with, some guys that are fouling out, and they have literally made that team so well organized. I mean, Joel Embiid, holy crap, dude. I mean, and look, I mean, I thought they should have won that game before they went into overtime after Embiid missed the 3. and then they went for that layup and they missed that. So it was kind of crazy. Tobias Harris could have had that shot, but it is what it is. James Harden fouled out. It was just, they got it done. I think it's going to be a sweep. He said, I'm concerned about the draft. Wide receiver in the first round, they're going to use him like they did Devontae Smith. I hope sure they draft a wide receiver in the first round. They're going to use him like they did, like in a bad way, how they didn't use him that well. Oh, I mean, at this point, someone's got to get the ball a lot more. As long as it takes Rager down the pedestal a little bit and it doesn't make him start games, totally fine with it. But, they have to Devontae Smith needs more touches, as well as Quez need more touches as well. What's going on, Nick? So I said, I really hope we go defensive end, cornerback first, and wide receiver in the second. Jermaine Johnson would really be a nice pair alongside Josh Sweat and BG. Doesn't have much left in the tank, as we all know. Yeah, and I think Jermaine Johnson's gonna be a top 10 pick this year. He ain't going past the top 10. I'd be shocked if he makes it out of the top 10. So Mark said, I would love if Jalen has a great year despite Howie. I'm pissed about the Eagles in action. Yeah, it's been really slow, dude. It's been a total opposite of what we thought it was going to be. We thought it was going to be very aggressive. We thought, good things are going to happen, but they went total opposite. We thought they were going more offensive free agency. They went more defense. It was, the Eagles let a lot of players slip through their fingers. I don't know why, and I understand they can't pay everybody, but I'm tired of hearing about the Eagles being close on so many times they've been signed. They've been striking out on every single signing they've been trying to get in the building. So it's been kind of crazy. Team Miller says, do you think we trade up and get Wilson? I feel like, bro, we need to get this man, and Smith will be good. Hey, if they trade up I feel like they're trading up for either cornerback or they're going for wide receiver. We're going to see what happens. But Mike said, if trading back nets us another second, are we mad about a QB pick there? QB factory, same place they took Hurts. For the most part, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed if they drafted Matt Corral in the second round. I feel like they really want him back. I feel like they're in on him like a lot right now. So I'm hoping it doesn't happen. Who that dude said, the way the NFL has evolved into a pass-happy league, I could definitely see Sauce going top 3, unfortunately. It might happen. Dave said, if there's anyone that is slipping down the draft board that you think could be a great value, maybe first-round talent that could be a second-round pick, from the first to a second, that could slide down a lot. I don't know, dude. I really don't know. I could see maybe Kyer Alam. Maybe Kyer Alam doesn't get drafted late first. Maybe teams will pass on him for other positions to go into the second round. Drake London, could move down this draft as well. As much as he might be hyped up to be drafted early, he could be a late pick as well. Mark said, what's up? How you doing? AK says, I'm not really worried about linebacker Joey because there's still stellar linebacker day 2. Azamon from Oklahoma and Clark from LSU. I'd go cornerback, wide receiver, round 1, or DL wide receiver. Yeah, no, I think. Look, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but I think they're going to go defensive line and wide receiver in the first round. That's what I think they're doing as of right now. I know Roseman really values offensive linemen, so I wouldn't be surprised if they draft Tyler Linderbaum in the first. I mean, look, I wouldn't be surprised if that even happens, but at this point, I'm kind of sitting there and I'm like, they need a Jason Kelce replacement. And I don't know. Like, I want to see where Linderbaum actually gets drafted. If he moves to the second, third round, which I hardly doubt is going to get to the third round. I mean, he might go second. I don't know. But there's way too much talent to draft the center this year. But I understand why we probably would go in that direction. Gigi says, what up, Joey? What's going on? Ernest says defensive end, defensive line, corner in the first, wide receiver in the second, safety, linebacker, running back in the third, tight end in the fourth, maybe the prospect pieces. I think they have to go between 4 to 6. They should get a running back as well. I think that's what they should do. Comment says, honestly, Tyrus Maxey has been surprised me. He has a lot of potential to be great. He is really early in his career right now. Yeah, was he like 20? Was he 23, 22 years old? That dude said, do my Pelicans have a shot beating the Suns? Watch this upset. Oh, we'll see. 3 down 2 cups says Burks Vert was bottom 20 percentile. Some O linemen had higher Vert jumps, and 3 cone drill was bottom 8 percentile. 39 receivers that was drafted with those measurables only two had success in the. Dude says they strike out because no one wants to play with Hurts. Chris says at 15, Stingley 18 trade back, Casey 29 and 50 draft Dean, who will drop 29 Ojabo at 50, Winfrey 51, 83rd take Pierce. I mean, I don't mind that at all. I mean, I just don't think they're going to be taking a linebacker. I just don't see it happening. I like Ojabo. I like Perion Winfrey from Oklahoma. I think he's going to be a stud. in the second round, and then take Alec Pierce in the third. If Alec Pierce is in the third round, then great. I mean, see what happens. We'll see what happens. GG says I'm all in on Devin Lloyd and Williams. Yeah, we'll see, dude. If they draft a linebacker in the first round, I'll be so happy. Trust me, I'll be really happy to add to this group. Totally fine with it. Because really, at the end of the day, like Kaiser White's on a 1-year deal. TJ Edwards is only playing until next year. So after 2023, TJ Edwards is on contract, so we'll see. Yo, Jeffy, what's going on, man? He says, hey, Joey, what's going on, bro? 7 days away, finally. Just want to say thanks always for what you do, bro. Recently started a YouTube channel, and you're a big reason why I wanted to do this. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, dude. That's awesome. I like that you watch other people and you get, that's how I started, too. So watching certain guys. But, Jeffy, definitely send me that link to the channel or follow me on Twitter if you guys have it. Send me that link for that channel, dude. I'll definitely follow up. There's hey, Joey Shakes, there was this guy early called Philly something. You should do a collab and go as well. A weekly stream called Shakedown with Philly or something like that. Is that a joke? Well, we'll be back. Yeah, to NFL, Anquan Bolden and Chad Johnson. Student says, Joey, is this Kyle would you like if we trade up to get Thibodeaux? I think Thibodeaux is definitely a name you have to look out for in this draft. I think it's definitely a name you have to look out for as either a trade up candidate because I think Thibodeaux could be dropping. I mean, I don't know. I think the Giants are I think the Giants could take him at 5. We'll see. I think they go corner round 1, considering they didn't sign a veteran corner. Yeah, no veteran corner at all. I mean, look, they signed Steven Nelson after the draft last year. So, you could sign Xavier Rhodes. Xavier Rhodes didn't sign with anybody yet. He's still a free agent, too. So that's a name you definitely have to look out for. Yeah, you have to look out for. So we'll see. So I don't think I could see Howie taking a receiver again in the first or third draft site. Maybe he changed and will prove me wrong, though. Jay says, bro, they're going for Corral. I have a feeling. In the first round? It better not be the first round. Philly 500 just texted me saying he just watched Matt Corral's pro day. And he loves it. Oh, God. AK said 31 people for doing likes. Get the likes up. I appreciate it, man. Charlie says, assuming Kansas City really wants a wide receiver, if someone they like drops to 18 a pick, I'd love to trade it for their 2 first picks. Their 2 second picks. First 2 picks. Comment said, I think the Eagles value currently project corner Zach McPherson, Tate Gowan, Kerry Vincent Jr. I think there is going to be a competition for cornerback 2 of those guys, whoever we draft. I don't think they have enough at corner 2. Like Tate Gowan, I'm kind of interested to see what he does. Zach McPherson just needs more work. He's more of a project, needs a couple more years. Kerry Vincent, I just don't think he's even going to be able to compete regardless. Chris said, guys, I'm serious. I know I told that Matthew will sign with the Eagles after the draft. Trent said, yo, Joey, what does your shirt say? Oh, it's an Avengers shirt. It's an Avengers shirt. David says, I keep hearing rumbles of trading Minshew. Do you think teams are out that want to? Oh, no, I think there are teams that have a lot of interest in Minshew just because he's got a lot of value. I think he's above average backup quarterback. I think he can win you games, and he's cheap. He only cost you over $900,000 for the year. So I think there will be a lot of interest for Minshew for a draft pick. Probably not a draft pick for this year, unless it's a day 1 trade or something like that to move up to go get Carolina's pick. They could be interested in him as well for a trade up type move. But I think after the draft, he's definitely considered to be a big trade option for certain teams that need quarterbacks. So I think it would be interesting. Moody said trade 15 second and 4th round picks to get pick 6 and draft Sauce. 18 draft Wyatt, then trade a 3rd Dillard to Seahawks for the 40th pick and draft Pickens. That's interesting. I actually wouldn't mind that. I actually would not mind that. Brad says it's going to be scary slight next year. Look at what we did this year with the horrible D and no weapon offense. I'm telling you, if we draft corner or wide receiver and defensive tackle. Williams said we will trade up for Penning. That trade back for Corral will be ready to burn our gear. Ryan, what's going on, man? Mon says I'll be surprised if the Eagles go D-line first round. There's good value in the second round. Corral for president. Chris says, Shakes, Alec Pierce or Pickens? Pierce is the biggest steal in this draft. No, I agree, dude. Like, I think Pickens can move for a 6'3" type guy, but Alec Pierce is just unstoppable. I mean, Alec Pierce, I'm starting to like Alec Pierce a lot. At 6'4", over 200 pounds, and is a burner on top of being a possession receiver as well, so he can almost do anything. I mean, he looks like a big tight end playing a deep threat at wide receiver. It's kind of crazy. Student said, trade up to get Thibodeaux, trade back to get Wyatt, second round, get Pickens and McCreary. That's interesting. Getting Thibodeaux, Wyatt, and then second round get Pickens and McCreary. McCreary is one of the most underrated cornerbacks in this draft. Pickens is another one that I think is a very realistic option for the Eagles at 51 if they don't move up for more picks. Jerry said, yeah, name AKR. You always love your wondering mind practice early this week. 3 on said Jermaine Johnson over Kayvon Thibodeaux. Yeah, I don't know. I like Jermaine over Kayvon. I do. Silver says, hey, Joe, just want to say I appreciate you and all the content you produce to keep your fellow Eagles sane. Truly so thankful for you as a creator, giving me something to look forward to every day. I appreciate Silver so much, man. Yeah, dude, it's been a crazy ride, but wait till next week's videos and streams for the draft next week are going to be pretty insane too. So Yola says, I take Stanley or Olave at there at 15, then Booth Jr. or Jameson at 18, depending on which position gets picked first. Yeah, I agree. I'd be fine with both of those. Let's see. Parabud says Devin, Lloyd, and Davis. It's another one. Lejevi says, thank you, Joey. It's going to be funny reactions for every fan to become April 28th and potentially right and wrong. Dave said, I have heard very little about tight ends in this draft. Anyone you like, sound Philly, try to draft a tight end. I don't think they go tight end early in this draft. I just don't think it's going to happen. I know they need a number 2 tight end right now, but, Tyree Jackson's coming off an ACL. Jack Stahl is pretty much, more of a blocking tight end, but I would like to see him in the passing game as well. They could sign Richard Rodgers again for another year. I don't know. The Dulcich from UCLA, I really do like. Dulcich, I like. Trey McBride is another one that's it's going to be a high tight end. Jelani Woods is another guy. Those are like my top 3 as of right now. So, Jeff said, just please, for love, everything good. Keep Drew Pearson from making any long speech again like he did last year. Mon said, Wyatt is too old. No thanks. Yeah, that's a lot of people are like, when he's off his rookie deal, he's going to be like, what, 28? I mean, he's going to be, already up there. Just like so, whoever had those trades to chats go, that would absolutely rack. It's pretty realistic. Good idea. Jay said, we need at least Davis or Sauce. Ernest says, worst case scenario would to take an O lineman in the first round. We got to some Matt Harmon at wide receiver guru and analyst from Reception Perception. He compared Pierce from Cincy to DK. Oh, really? No joke. So I don't think linebacker is going to be as big as a need anymore. I mean, to us, we still need one, but to the Eagles, I doubt they go linebacker in the first 2 rounds. I don't think they even I don't think they do it. So Ryan says trade up to get Sauce Gardner, Derek Stingley Jr. Susan says Cowboys new owner is D's nuts. Brad says, Joey, what would you prefer, wide receiver DT inside a corner or wide receiver and corner and get a DT in the later rounds? Comment says, can't wait to get defensive end 2 in free agency. I'm sure there are cheap vet options. I don't know who's actually left as a free agent for tight end 2 out there right now. I'm not really sure. Brock says, yes, sir. Rather get him than Drake London. Jeff says, who would you want in the draft at wide receiver? I mean, I want Jameson Williams or Garrett Wilson. That's who I want, but they're going to be top 10 picks most likely, but we'll see. They might trade up for one, so who knows? If you go in the second round, I like Pickens. I like Alec Pierce from Cincinnati. And if you go down the road to the third round, I like Wan'Dale Robinson a lot from Kentucky. I mean, God, he's so good. Such a twitchy guy. Roland says, this is the most unpredictable draft in recent memory. I definitely agree. I think every year is kind of unpredictable, but whether you're the first, second, third pick, other than that, you never really know every year. Just stack those DBs. We're completely empty. Yeah, we're not really good at that position right now. Not good. We're not really good at trying to get at least, I don't know. Got to get a corner in this room this year badly. That's what we need. Euro says second round, I take Winfrey or move up for him. He's a stud. We had several picks to be able to do this. Then McBride or Dulcich in the third. Give Jalen no excuse to succeed. No, I think, that's what I wanted. I wanted them. And look, there's no promise in this draft. You go in this draft, you're going to get some Jamar Chase out of this draft. It's going to explode first game. I mean, we have problems with Jalen Hurts. We have problems with Shane Steichen, offensive coordinator. I really hate Shane Steichen for what he did last year. I really do. So there's always that what if factor to it. Mont said, don't be surprised if Karlaftis to pick at 18. They waited this pro day, put him through a prior workout. He's close friends with Ryan Kerrigan. I like Karlaftis. I mean, I just don't think he's my favorite defensive end in this draft. Like, I think he's going to be a good player, but he's just not one of my favorites. That's all. Chris got to the problem with McCreary is he's only effective in the cornerback 3 role. He's a nickel. We need cornerback 2. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Jay says, any news on Honey Bet? There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing right now. Ryan says we could get Tyrann Mathieu after the draft. It could be a possibility. If they don't draft the safety, it could be a possibility they get him. I'd be shocked. They don't draft safety in this draft whatsoever in the first few rounds. See it happening. Jacoby says, what about getting Derek Stingley and Kayvon Thibodeaux in the first round? Maybe Jordan Davis. I'd be totally fine with that. If they got Jordan Davis and Stingley, I'd be totally fine with it. Mark said, that right, sincere. Thanks for your content and hard work. I just hope Howie's listening. Yeah, probably not. But, hey, it is what it is. We're just covering it. You know what I mean? But I appreciate it, though. So I said, Chris Scott, what makes you say McCreary is a nickel? All his tape is him playing outside. He's also 6 foot. Comments, Jimmy Graham is a free agent, so we could get him in here on a cheap deal for tight end 2. Jack Stahl plays like a tight end 3 to me. Mon says, I'm done talking about Honey Badger. If they really want him, they could have signed him weeks ago. He's not getting a huge deal. Well, it's not that everyone thinks that it's up to the Eagles who they're signing. Like, I understand they have a chance to sign him, but this is a different story with Tyrann Mathieu. Like, he's got a few teams that are after him right now. He's looking over contracts. You know, he's taking his time with it. So it's not that the Eagles can't get him. It doesn't matter if they offer him the biggest contract. It's just where he wants to play or where he thinks he's going to be used correctly and close to it. Maybe close to a championship. I don't know what he's looking for. So what's your favorite thing about Sirianni? I mean, what my favorite thing about Sirianni is that he's a coach that everyone believes in, and I think that's the number one thing you have to look at it with him, just because, you know, if no one believes in the head coach, you're not going to have a good team to build around. You know, I think Sirianni has really made a good culture for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think he's recreated something that players do believe in, and, you know, they got the fans believing in. And obviously when we thought certain things were a joke, and, you know, with the flour and the, you know, the mulch and manure, whatever the hell you're talking about, you know, all that came into, you know, I think everyone's starting to believe in him now. Roll to all defense in the first round, please. I'd be totally fine with that. Rather have Karlaftis than McDuffie or a Canadian rapper. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I'd rather have Karlaftis than McDuffie or the Canadian rapper, so you're probably right. No, so Devontae Smith could have been Jamar Chase this year if we had a better OC. Ernest says, how you feel about the Cody Bryant corner, the opposite of Sauce. I haven't checked him out. I think that's going to be next on my channel memberships. I'm definitely going to go over Kobe Bryant. Willie says, what up, Joey? Howie's going to blow this draft. All this draft power we had with 3 draft picks the first round, he is already blowing it. We could have drafted 3 great players. Yeah, but dude, it's not that you're not going to pick 3 guys in the first round. It wasn't going to happen. I told you guys since the beginning. No team holds on to no team is ready to. I don't know who was the last team that picked 3 guys in the first round. I don't think there's a team that's ever done that, to be honest. So, yo, Joey Shakes, what are you wearing draft night, and how we mess this draft up? I don't know. Probably an Eagles jersey, probably my own jersey, most likely. And he could mess it up instantly. I mean, I don't know how you mess up 15 and 18. To me, I don't get how you even mess that up. But Chris McCreary is strictly a nickel cornerback. You completed the outside at times and wasn't as good as he was in nickel. Comment says, have you watched Philadelphia Stars? It was entertaining. Yeah, I actually didn't watch it. I don't think I even had. No, I did have the game. It was on USA. I guess I just didn't watch it that day. I think I was doing something while they were playing. I don't think I was even where it was able to watch it, but I know they lost though. 3 down, 2 cup. Kaiser White and TJ Edwards are both signed through the season. Yes, Joey's checked. TJ's contract only signed through this season. Don't be surprised if Kobe Dean. I gotta check this out. Because this is pissing me off. I got to check this contract now because I'm just confused all the time. He is all right. No, he's on contract throughout 2023. He's a $711,000 cap hit in 23. That's it. That's his last. 223 is his last year. I'm looking at it right now. He makes $1.2 million this year. And then he makes $711,000 in 23. He's on contract throughout 2023. Willie says, how are you going to throw the season? Pretty Boy Waiver says, did you end up doing a mock draft? I didn't do a mock draft. Me and Philly are going to do our own mock. We're going to do our mock draft together. Pretty Boy Waiver says that that's 3 first rounders. You got to say eventually. Yeah, it's 3 people you got to pay too. It's not going to happen. 3 guys. What if all 3 guys work out? J17 said, yes, the Giants and Vikings have 3 pick 3 guys in the first. Jaquan said, do you think the Eagles can move back to the second round and walk away this year on 2 first picks and 2 second-round picks? What's your thoughts? I think the Eagles can move back. I think moving back from 18 back, I'm totally fine with it. If they get an early second-round pick, that's what I kind of want them to do if they're willing to trade back. Must have had similar situation. Gilmore Free Agency both thought they would get huge deals that happened. It's so real market for Matthew. I think he's going to get a ssimilar deal. So says Joey, last year I said Smith is an Eagle. Uriel says who could possibly wait on the edge rush until next year. Will Anderson is definitely looking for 1 overall. Isaiah Foskey out of ND is usually at the worst third rusher compared to this year's class. 2 down, 2 cups. That's wrong. Hey, this is the side I look at when it comes to contracts. I look at over the cap, and that's what it says. It says it right in front of my face. So the Gots of TJ Edwards got extended last year. All I'm looking at is the over the cap. I'm looking at the over the cap salary. Contract value. That's what I see here. I see he's getting paid in 2023 apparently. But maybe it's voided. Maybe it's a voided contract. Maybe it's just if he signs an extension. I don't know. I have no idea. That's what it says. There's a cap number for 2023 for TJ Edwards. So I don't get how. I'm just reading what I'm looking at. That's all. Ryan says, I heard the Philadelphia Eagles are looking at the safeties on draft. Commissar Dolphins back in 2020 picked 3 players in the first round. One of the team that was Tua, and the other 2 were big-time busts. Well, that sucks for them. So it says, Joey, who do you think will be the best pass rusher in this class? Best pass rusher in general? Oh, man. It's probably going to be best pass rusher this year. I think it's going to be between Aiden Hutchinson and Kayvon Thibodeaux this year. I think it's going to be between Aiden Hutchinson and Kayvon Thibodeaux. Chris Sirianni is a good young head coach at 2-5. Switched this offense, pass scheme, and running scheme that matches player strengths. We were 7-3 last 10 games. Hugh Harper says, Joey, are you a fan of Howie? Yes and no. I think I'm kind of in the middle because I like his trades and moving the cap around, and I think that's always been a good thing with him. But I just it's player evaluation. It's been kind of a big what if for me. Sanea Wilson says, go Browns. Jesse says, you think the Eagles could have done better with Pearson than Sirianni last season? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, at this point, Doug needed a problem with Doug is we even had a bad season with Doug after Frank Reich was a big part of our offense. And I don't know, Doug, I thought was a great coach, but when it came down to it is having his offensive coordinator. I think Frank Reich really turned this offense around. I think that's even just part of it. So we'll see. I don't think it would have made a huge difference, but yeah, Kaiser's on a 1-year deal. Yeah. Pretty bad. Said, man, I have fallen in love with Johnson from F State. Counselor, I think the Eagles did the right thing not keeping 3 first-round picks. Now we have 2 first-round picks this year and 2 next year. Plus, we could trade up next year at QB if we have to. Not even just that. You got 2 first-round picks for next year. You got an extra second-round pick in 24. Not even that. You got an extra 3rd round and a 7th round this year. The extra 3rd round pick was huge, in my opinion, of that Eagles-Saints trade. That was a big one. 2 down, 3 cups. He's only signed through season. $700K of his contract was pushed 2 down. So he'll get a paycheck from us next year, even if he is on the team. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know how that works, so I have no idea. Sky says, I finally make a stream. Hugh says, thanks, Joey. No problem. Pretty Boy said, who's your favorite D2, D3 guy? D2, D3. I don't know college when it comes to which schools are D2. I went to a D3 school back a long time ago, so I don't know. So, do you think we could wait a running back till next year? I love Miles Sanders, but I hate playing running backs in the NFL market. Well, dude, it's not really. You're paying if you get a guy through rounds 4 to 6, you're not paying him big money. You know what I mean? Like you're not paying him big money when you draft them, obviously, but at the same time, like more of them are going to be rotational guys. If you draft a guy through 4 to 6 and Miles Sanders isn't here next year, it doesn't mean that one guy's going to get all the snaps. If Miles Sanders actually ends up leaving, but we'll see. I'm awake. Our says Daxton Hill is crazy. Daxton Hill is one of my favorite safeties going into the second round. Probably, I don't know if I put him higher than Brisker, but I got to say, like, he is a smaller safety, very rangy. Could play corner, could play safety, could play corner, linebacker. You pretty much almost move him anywhere depending on matchups. Always gets his hands on the football, always in the right spot at the right time. He's got a high football IQ. I just love he always gets his hands on the football, and he's relentless. So I think he's like another, as well as Brisker, I think he is like a Malcolm Jenkins type moving piece for the defense. He can move. And I love safeties that could do that. So Chris says Kaiser will be resigned during the season. I still believe we're getting a linebacker in the late first round if we trade back to the second. They could. If they get 2 second-round picks, there's 2 things that can happen. Either they draft Ojabo and, a wide receiver, or they're going to draft a linebacker in the second round plus a safety or something like that. So Eli says, hey, Joey, thanks for all you go, Philly. Appreciate it so much, man. Comment says, I think we would have been a better record last year if Doug was the head coach. Sirianni made a lot of rookie mistakes that prevented us from having a better record. I do like Sirianni, but Doug is better. I get it. I miss Doug Peterson a lot. Trust me, I do. Rager's buns. Don't we all know? Hopefully getting another receiver is going to put Rager down the pedestal a little bit. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that with more competition, Rager, I mean, do not make anybody comfortable on this roster right now. You got to make everybody uncomfortable to be starting. So Chris said, we're not taking a safety early. I don't know what else to say. Halfback is basically signed already with the Eagles. They can't announce until after the draft something to do with comp picks. Deusek says, taking the hate out of it. Is there any kind of explanation for the Rager implosion? It's just, I think the more he doesn't account himself to games and doesn't play well, the more it gets into his head. And I think it's a mental thing. I think he would have had a better season. And to be honest with you, like most of it is Jalen Rager, but some of it is Jalen Hurts too, because there were some throws that he threw to Rager when he was wide open and couldn't get the ball there, overthrew, underthrew. I think Rager would have played better this year, but unfortunately missed opportunities for Rager, and it's just his mental state. So I'm taking the hate out of it and just being honest. I don't see the explosiveness off the line. He gets bullied off the line, lazy. He's lazy on routes. He just can't catch a football for anything. It's just crazy. 2 touchdowns for the year. I think the Falcons and the Raiders game were the only 2 touchdowns he had. So. Big Ed says, if we trade back with the Lions, Casey have 4 picks in the first two rounds. What do you think, and who do you think the Eagles get? Lions, Casey have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds. Who do you want? Who do you think the Eagles get? Awake RU says, Howie, Doug, better trade back. Roddy says, smoke Monday in round 3. Yeah, could do that too. Chris, I can't wait for the draft. Let's go. I'm pumped, dude. I'm pumped, bro. Colin said, there's no way the Umbrella Man makes the roster, right? There's no way. I don't think so, because I think getting Pascal, Devin Allen probably won't even make the roster, but hopefully special teams. So Broderick says, I'm praying we don't have to see Philly 500 have a meltdown over Howie. He's not the only one going to have a meltdown. So be up and smoke is my guy. Scully says, yeah, the Giants game killed me when he dropped it on the goal line. Ryan says, J-Jaw is buns. Student says Howie should hire Bill Parcells as a talent evaluator. Euro says, in terms of safety, I'd say Brisker and Kine in the second. You think we could convince Matthew to still sign, say, to teach these kids the ropes? If you sign Brisker or sign, you're not getting. I don't think you're going to have them on the roster on top of having Matthew. I think if they don't draft a safety, we get Matthew. If they draft one of these guys, they're starting next to Anthony Harris. I mean, yeah, maybe they're going to make one of these guys a number 3 in the second round, but your second round pick should start on the field. That's what I think. Dersek says, I mean, everyone wanted Jefferson, but he was a first-round talent. Any chance year 3 gets some real production? Ryan said, I think we'll draft a safety in the 2nd or 3rd round. Kirk said, Alec Pierce is a beast. Would love to take him. Hopefully still there in the 3rd. Yeah, he's really good. I've been liking him more and more. Ryan says, best wide receivers I see in Big Ten. Edward says, my realistic dream first would be Olave and Davis. Who's yours, Joey? First would be Olave and Davis. I would pick Garrett Wilson and Davis. Garrett Wilson and Davis, Jameson Williams and Davis. If you're talking about receivers, that's who I would get. But I really want them to get corner and defensive line the first, regardless. Chris said, don't get me wrong, Honey Badger could change his mind, but I know for a fact he loves the Eagles and we love him. I hope so, man. I hope there's a chance. It seems like they're very persistent with this signing, the most persistence as we're chasing him pretty much. I have a feeling with number 18, either way, if you stay there, trade back, that pick is going to get Nakobe Dean. I don't know why everyone thinks we're going to get a linebacker the first 2 rounds. I don't know why everyone's still thinking linebacker still something possible. Dersik says all these positional needs would be a tight end not to have to worry about, tight to have not to worry about a wide receiver after investing so heavily. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I know. I said I screwed up. When I see HB, I think I see halfback. I don't know why. Miles said, I think the Eagles are $2 million over the salary cap next year. There's no way they sign or trade for anyone. I mean, that's definitely not true because they're not over the cap right now. They need to be under the cap for the draft, and they're undrafted free agent signings. So, comments that Rager had mental problems this year. I'm not making an excuse for him. It seems like the outside noise got to him, and his friend died too. Also, it seemed like he had an attitude throughout this year. He still has an attitude now. It's not even like a change or anything either. Josh just sub Joey. Latest mocks I've seen us taking Drake London at 15. I've seen plenty of those mocks that Drake London's coming to the Eagles. I hate it. I totally hate it. If they get like Drake London, I think the worst draft in the first round would be Drake London and Trent McDuffie. I think that would be like the worst. Yours says I prefer Matthew Brisker combo over Matthew Harris. I would be afraid to cut Harris. He played subpar last year. Well, the whole defense played subpar last year. You know what I mean? He made some good tackles, but he didn't flash as I thought he was maybe going to flash last year. So, comment says, I still think we're getting a linebacker in the 2nd or 3rd round. Just my gut feeling. Oh, the cap is a joke. Oh, okay. I didn't know it was. Yeah, well, I'm saying like it's. I don't know what their cap is going to look like next year, but I guess we'll see. Willie says, but the Eagles just have a bad draft history. I can understand them getting more picks this year and next year, but Howie always finds a way to blow them anyway. I'm excited, but also not. I mean, last year's draft was good. I thought last year's draft was pretty good. Mark says, back in the 70s, 80s, there could have been 3 first-round picks. Back then, the owners had all the power. It was a very different game. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, I was born in 1990, so I don't, I don't know how it was. Ernest said, if we pick up early 2nd, we take Corral if he's there. They probably will. I don't doubt it. He probably will get picked in the 2nd round. I'll be pissed off. I'm looking at how he's going quarterback, cornerback, or defensive end. Yep. Bryce says, yo, what's going on, man? Soon says, rather take Ojabo than McDuffie. That's totally true, bro. I don't like McDuffie at all. I can't stand McDuffie. Jeffy said you should have a meltdown cam during the draft every time Howie Roseman does something to piss you. That's what's going to happen. I mean, if it happens, it happens. It's, next Thursday, you could see a big meltdown from both of us or maybe just one of us. So Matt says, is McLeod still a free agent? No, he's with the Colts. He signed with the Colts. He is a Colt. What if we drafted a great running back early? I'm not a fan of how they have running backs. What about a pound? Yeah, I wouldn't draft one early, dude. I'm not big on drafting a running. I mean, with the offensive line you have, you don't need to draft running backs high. I mean, you can go rounds 4 to 6 in this draft and get a good guy. A lot of bruiser backs, Hassan Haskins, Kevin Harris from Iowa State, Breece Hall. I mean, there's so many good running backs in this draft you can get later on. Biggers have Howie blow it this year. Jeff should fire him. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that shot from Embiid was awesome, dude. Didn't think he was going to get it, but he got it. Payback for a couple years ago, man. I don't think what that game against Toronto a couple years ago, wasn't Embiid like not 100% healthy for the playoffs? I don't think he was 100% healthy either. Comment said Howie loves his QB factor. I do think we're drafting QB in one of these rounds. Derek said Pounder for sure. Go mid-round, absolutely. Justin M said Howie's going to go down in history Hall of Fame with these next 2 drafts. Jerry said I doubt it. Lurie is a big fan of Roseman. We'll see. Kikoy says, what's up, Joey? See the Sixers last night? Yeah, they played really well. I could see the sweep. I thought Sixers in 5, but not anymore. It could be a sweep. Matt says, so if we don't draft a safety early, we're pretty much stuck with Kevon Wallace. I think they're going after Tyrann Mathieu. If they don't draft a safety early, I could see that they're going after Tyrann Mathieu. If they don't draft the safety within the two first round, the first round, the second rounds, I think Matthew's going to be on site for the Eagles. Brian says, just want to credit you on how far you progressed with the channel. Great job. I appreciate it, man, so much, dude. It's been a long time coming, long time coming. Trent says we should trade next year's third for Saquon. Eli says, do you think we're getting a wideout at 15 or our cornerback? I think what the Eagles are doing, I think they're going after wide receiver and cornerback. I don't think they're hitting defensive line in the first round, to be honest. I really don't. And I would kind of be pissed off a little bit, but I feel like they have to go defensive line and cornerback in the first round. I think that's where they have to go. And then the second round goes safety. I mean, that's just me. Comment said Howie's never going to be fired. Roseman's probably going to be next owner for the Eagles at this point. Euro says, I wouldn't mind Brian Robinson Jr. in the, say, 5th round. Jevy says, congrats on your Sixers. They are dominating the series. Nets are torturing my soul right now at these past 2 games. Oh, yeah, they're down. What is it? They're 0-2 right now, right? Ben Simmons coming back. Ben Simmons is finally coming back. Chris said, no one knows how salary cap space will need in 23 because we don't know how far cap will go up. To be honest, I don't know why we would draft the best player on a loaded Georgia defense. True difference maker, playmaker, Nakobe Dean, number 18. Where can I place my bet? Look, dude, I hope they do. If they got Nakobe Dean, I would be crying. I mean, I would be in literal tears. I just don't think it's going to happen, though, dude. Like, after they signed Kaiser White, I sat there and I was like, yep. It's crazy. It is crazy. Lewis says, rank Debo, McLaurin, A.J. Brown from first to worst as of right now. Oh, man. It would probably be Debo. It would probably be Debo, McLaurin. It'd probably be the way. It's a weird one. McLaurin, Debo, and A.J. Brown probably. Ray says, would you rather have Sauce or Debo? I'd have Sauce. I want that number 1 corner. I want that in-your-face, trash-talking, relentless cornerback on this team. That's what I want. Chris, I might need help getting the door panel off. If you can help, then I can bang this dent out. What the hell? Willis, I have a feeling we were trading back from one of our first-round spots. Broderick says Howie would be going against his words if he doesn't go defensive line first 2 picks. He did say pass a rush was a priority. Marcel says Philly 500 thinks he could convince you to like Kamekara. yeah, he thinks. And look, I'm not saying like he's not a bad. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. Like his arm is really good. He evades the pocket really well. His motion on his throwing is kind of weird, but like he's got a good arm. But it's just we made this trade with the Saints for a reason. Like I don't get why you're going to waste a pick on a quarterback this year. I just think it's a waste. Chris says, sorry for that. You're good. Jamie said, I'll be shocked if Ben Simmons plays 5 minutes of the postseason throughout. He's expected to play game 4, bearing a setback. The truth, Embiid, MVP. Did he get the MVP yet or no? Thursday says, elite pass rush or top 10 secondary? Oh, I mean, I really want to pass. It's a hard one. I would go with a top 10 secondary. I really would, because then the pass rush isn't going to matter with a top 10 secondary. But it still does regardless, but you know what I mean? I'd rather have a top 10 secondary, but. Land 22 Shark, a low-key big need we have is a backup tight end. I agree. Comes to Terry McLaurin's a beast, somehow gets 1,000-yard season with some of the crappy QBs in the NFL. Wentz is the best QB he ever had, so he should. Yeah, he probably will go off next year. As much as everyone's hating on Carson Wentz, he will play somewhat really good for Washington. He will play good. So we'll get him over the hump to a championship. No, I mean, they're not going to hit a championship or anything like that. But yeah, he's going to play pretty good. Embiid thinks he's a guard. Right, says, got to go get to the QB more. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree on both sides to it. I do. The perfect first round to me would be trade 15 up to 6 for Sauce, then trade 18 to 16 and get Olave. Would love that. It'd be a really good first round. And look, if they don't go defensive line in the first round, I'm guessing they might go in the second, get Perrion Winfrey or something like that, or get that defensive end from Penn State or something if that's what they want to do. Jeffy says you guys need a pass rusher through opposite Reddick unless Barnett emerges and stops trying to commit roughing the passer calls. I mean, I like Josh Sweat. I just thought he should have done more. He's a 7 to 9 sack guy for what he's getting paid for right now. You know, Brandon Graham is coming off an Achilles, so we got to see how well he's going to play. This might be his last year. Who knows? So we'll see. Q says, "Do you have a reaction to a Embiid game?" No, I was watching the game on my phone, so I don't have a reaction. I don't, unfortunately. There's Six says, "Do you think either is possible for us if they get a B+ draft?" Oh, I think they get an A- draft easily. They just make the obvious picks. I mean, there's so many good players in this draft. You really can't screw up the first 3 picks of this draft. 15, 18, 51. You really can't screw up or mess up at this point. So Saints just undo the trade with 16 for 18. Jerry says maybe depends on how Brandon Graham comes back. Could be a swan song with Philly like Fletcher. You know, well, Hassan Reddick is going to open up a lot. You know, he's going to be a Sam linebacker to an edge rusher. You know, as a just a pass rusher in general. I think it's going to be big for our defensive tackles if he becomes a blitzer, and will help out this defensive line a lot. I think they need to add more to it though. Broderick says, have you did any defensive play reaction vids that you're impressed with? Defensive players as of right now. I mean, yeah, in the beginning I was doing oh my God, like I did Karlaftis looked really good. You know, obviously, you know, I had Ojabo. I mean, I don't think I did one on McCreary yet. I got to get to McCreary because I know that I have to get to him sooner or later. Jermaine Johnson was definitely was a big one for me. Aiden Hutchinson was a big one for me. Defensively, I did the linebackers, Nakobe Dean. I thought he was fantastic. I did Devin Lloyd. So there's a good amount of defensive guys I went over. I mean, the linebackers I've been looking at a lot, especially beginning of the offseason. I was looking at linebackers like crazy. But yours says we might even not be able to get Sauce at 6. They're saying that he might be gone by 4th overall to the Jets. Howie should call his buddy Joe Douglas to trade up to 4. How much is that going to cost? I wonder. Mon said with Reddick and Sweat already on the team, I don't see the Eagles going defensive end first round. There's Rick says, I meant elite pass rusher, top 10 secondary for the Birds, possible with a pretty good draft. Other round 2 cuts, we could keep trading the extra 23 first rounder as a team for the 24 first rounder and the 3rd. They can keep doing that for the next 20 years and keep getting extra. I'd be totally fine with that. I think if you have multiple first round picks, you got to trade. I mean, you need picks for each year. I mean, I love trading picks for next year to get more picks. You got 2 first round picks, an extra 3rd, extra 7th for this year, an extra 2nd for 2024. Jeffy says, which player do you think has more upside, Josh Sweat or Azeez Ojulari? I haven't watched Azeez at all. I've heard his name fly around, but Josh Sweat has a lot of upside. He gets better and better every single year. So I'm like, I'm really starting to feel sick. The draft is really next week. At least the Philly is paying me post this. I want Matt Corral. Jay says, what up, Joey? Late again, my bad. Just having a bad month. But what do you think of us going after Kirby Joseph from Illinois in the 3rd? Is he there? And then we don't get a safety. I mean, look, I like Kirby Joseph a lot. Another guy I have to go over, but Kirby Joseph, I think there's a lot better talent going to the 2nd round you can go get. And I hope they trade. I don't know. For me, I feel like they have to trade back 18 to get more picks. The 2nd round. There's way too much talent in that 2nd round for us. Conte, I hope we use Hassan Reddick right. If whatever reason Reddick can't pass 5 sacks, it's going to be because of Gannon's crappy scheme. I hope Gannon is good. He's got to have 10+ sacks. He's got to have 10+ sacks this year, at least 10. He's not here. If he gets 5 sacks for the year, I'm telling you, that's going to be embarrassing. He's got to get fired. I mean, I want him fired. I still don't want him here regardless, but I guess they're giving him another chance. Linwood said, what up, Joe? What's going on, Linwood? Brian said, I'd trade Regalard for J-Jaw's mom and throw a 5th round pick for the umbrella. Ron says, Joey, let's replace Reg and JJ with Debo and Pickens. What you think? I wish it was that simple, brother. I do too, man. I would love Debo, but Pickens, I think, is a very realistic pick in the 2nd round. Corey had 8 sacks for the Giants. His rookie season looks really solid. Oh, that's great, dude. That's great. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, you guys probably go defensive end cornerback at 5 to 7. I could see them going after Thibodeaux. I could definitely see them going after Neal, that right tackle as well. So I'm awake. Are says Milton Williams going to go off. I'm excited to see what Milton Williams does in the second year. I thought he flashed a lot beginning of the season, and then that Cowboys game, the last game of the season, I thought against that starting offensive line, they were moving him from defensive tackle to defensive end. He was causing havoc in that backfield. He was doing a really good job. So there's some look. If you draft Jordan Davis, Devontae Wyatt, somebody like that in the first round, I would take Jordan Davis next to Javon Hargrave and move Fletcher next to Milton Williams to kind of balance that rotation out a little bit. I would move Fletcher back to the second rotation. Now we going right tackle. Neal might be I think Neal might be the guy. Oh, okay. So Ikwanu might be the guy. Okay. Gan scheme better. Yeah, I mean, he's getting a lot more weapons this year. So Michael says all these picks don't mean anything if Howie keeps drafting and putting the team together with his ego. Tom says, "Hey Joey, what's up? Definitely just have to stick with signing Matthew and drafting the way we have talked about. Sure, I'm down with that." Joey said, "Unless they aren't there, maybe Thib if he falls, Jermaine Johnson or Ahmad Sauce Gardner." I definitely agree. Edge rusher and cornerback and offensive lines. What I have the Giants going after. So I definitely have the Giants. Going after that. So let's see here. Let's see if there's anything else you can. Yeah, there's really nothing going on. Next week's going to be nuts. Next week is going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy time next week. But we're over an hour in the stream already. We have 142 in the chat. Much love to everybody that's in here. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. We'll be having streams every single day. Now, I don't know. Saturday, I might be taking the day off Saturday because of certain things. But Sunday, I think from Sunday on, we're going to be going crazy with the streams next week. The Philly Shakedown, obviously Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the 3 days of the draft. So we're going to be together streaming from both channels next week for the draft. Should be a lot of fun. And ready to get this thing on, man. I'm pumped for it. I'm ready to go. Jonathan says if we get Davis with the first pick, I'd just be fine. People get cut all the time during training camp before game one. Oh yeah, no, like that's the best thing too. Like you sign your draft picks, you sign your undrafted free agents. Then once training camp, they try to get the final 53 all together. Then like other teams start cutting under other players that could work out for your team. So the waiver wire is going to be very important for that time too. So. Brian says, I'd like to see Miles Sanders trade if they aren't going to use him properly. Jevy says things are slow, and then next week will be insane. Yeah, things have been kind of slow this week. YouTube-wise, it's been pretty slow too. So, Student says, if Howie was smart, he would draft Lloyd. He would be our Devin White. Comment Star says there hasn't been much NFL news. Nah, it's been really quiet this week. Next week comes, forget it. Now, I think the Eagles are going to be done with their pre-draft visits by Saturday because a week before the draft, they can't have pre-draft visits. Or maybe they're already done today. Maybe if today's Thursday, today is the last day for pre-draft visits because you can't bring in pre-draft visits on the week of the draft. So... Three down, two cups. I just don't want Linderbaum to go to the Cowboys. I hope not. That their offensive line is so overrated, bro. Like they need so many pieces. They need a couple pieces now. Tyron Smith, how long is he gonna be playing for? So we'll see. I mean, it'd be interesting. It will be interesting. But when it comes to the draft, guys, cornerback, defensive line, the first round, go get a weapon for Jalen Hurts in the second round. And, if you trade back the 18th pick, I'd be totally fine with getting a safety and a safety and a wide receiver in the second round. Sorry. All right, Brian, have a good day, bro. Enjoy your day. So, And then you have all these, these trades up. Like the Eagles aren't trading for a wide receiver. The Eagles getting Tyrann Mathieu is probably the most realistic thing right now. Jets just signed Marcel Harris. I don't know who that is. Jerry said Cowboys need some youth, and they will only have left tackle or right guard as their only sure thing at O-line. Yeah. I mean, when you look at their defense looks good. I mean, they have a couple missed pieces for Randall Gregory being gone, and they still need a safety because they don't draft high safety-wise. They don't really value safety, just like how the Eagles don't value linebacker too much. Cowboys don't really value the safety position too much either. I mean, they signed Malik Hooker for another 2-year deal. Oh my God, man, from 1 through 10, my eyes are like, then from 10 through 18, my goodness. Yeah, dude. It's crazy. King said, hopefully we get Chris Olave or Sauce Gardner. Yeah, I hope they get either one. Stingley did not visit. No, from what I know so far, I don't think he did. I don't think he visited at all. So let's see. Jets are signing a safety linebacker, Marcel Harris. Whoever sent me this, Ryan Rollman on Twitter, he says the Jets are signing safety linebacker Marcel Harris. Source says former 6th-round pick of the 49ers reunites with Robert Saleh after 52 games, 20 starts with the Niners for the last 4 years. Interesting. So if you're in the chat, I appreciate you sending me that. Jay said the Amari Cooper loss could impact that offense. Don't know if Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb is there at 1 and 2. Let's see if Michael Gallup can stay healthy from the amount of money he's getting. They lost Cedric Wilson to Miami. I thought he was a really good player when he got his chances at wide receiver. And CeeDee Lamb is becoming that number 1 receiver now. How he's going to put the team on it. Can he be a number 1? Can he put the team on his shoulders and lead that wide receiver group? I don't know. Seems like when Amari's not in games either, Dak is thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it very much, man. Yeah, Ryan Roman just sent me that. I appreciate it, man. See, I always get covered. Ryan sends me a lot of news. I appreciate Ryan for all the news that you've sent me. I know sometimes I read it and I back out of it, but I do appreciate everything that you send me when I'm able to read it, when I have the time. Brock says, do you still think that we should get a veteran receiver? I think that ship has sailed, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what I wanted since beginning of free agency. But now, I just don't think it's going to happen now. Justin M says, do you think there is a Micah Parsons in this year's draft? I don't know if there is. I don't know if there is in this draft. Is Nakobe Dean going to be that guy? I don't know. I'm not really sure on that level because, to be honest with you, when I went to that draft last year, I thought Micah Parsons was going to have bad coverage. I didn't think he was going to be a good pass rusher. And they used him like that, as a pass rusher. And, oh, my God, he's a beast. Jeffy says there's really no one on the market. Maybe after the draft when we get close to June 1st. Yeah, maybe that's the case. Could see some more big players get traded or cut. Give Debo whatever he wants. I would love it, dude. Are they going to do it? I have no idea, dude. I wish. I so wish, man. I've been wanting a veteran-proven receiver to come in here. I didn't care if we got DJ Chark. I mean, I didn't even care what we had. I just wanted to bring in one guy. Zach Pascal is a good receiver at a number 3, number 4, but he averaged 600 to 700 yards under Nick Sirianni when he was the coordinator for the Colts. So he did well under Sirianni with the Colts, but I think he's gonna. I think Pascal's a really good signing. Don't get me wrong; he's a big body receiver that can play outside and can play really good inside, good in the red zone. But it's just not enough for me. If that was the sign, I mean, look, think about it. Other than Hassan Reddick, the Eagles haven't signed somebody over $2 million a year. Like, that's just fucking insane. It's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy. Sorry, I had to curse, but I'm sorry. Literally, when you think about it, every person they have signed besides Reddick, they have not signed for over $2 million a year. Literally, like, it's been between $1 to $2 million a year. Jerry says they listed teams that go to Samuel. Eagles weren't on it, though. Who, Samuel? What do you mean for Samuel? The wide receiver market movement has been beyond insane, along with QB change. Yeah, the wide receiver market's crazy now. Like, it's nuts. All these receivers have 1 year left on their contract. AJ Brown, Debo, DK, all these guys want to get paid big money now. Joey, imagine if we drafted Joey Bosa instead of Wentz. Yeah, but I don't think they would have had that Super Bowl without Wentz, unfortunately. Without Wentz, as much as people don't want to blame it, but without Wentz, there's no Super Bowl. Without Nick, there's no Super Bowl. Without Doug and Frank Reich, there's no Super Bowl. It's just, there's a lot that goes into it. I'm gonna have get a new jersey, get rid of it. Reddick, Cox, Hurts, Sweat, Johnson, 2 diggers. I need to go get an Embiid jersey, like, badly. I need to go get an Embiid jersey. I haven't got a basketball jersey. I used to have an Allen Iverson jersey like years ago. Like, I had the white jersey, the white Sixers jersey, like, years ago. I used to collect basketball jerseys a long time ago when I was a lot younger. I used to have Jordan's Wizards jersey. Shaquille O'Neal had Kobe Bryant. Jesus. I don't even know who else I had back in the day. Ryan said Jarvis Landry is visiting the Saints today. Yeah, I heard. I don't know if it's today or it was the other day, something like that. Jerry says, welcome to the Giants offseason. That's all moves we've made, too. Well, the whole NFC East has done crap. I mean, the whole East has been horrible. It's been bad. Like, who really improved, really? I mean, other than maybe Washington improved quarterback-wise with a good offense right now, but I like Kaiser White. I think his coverage is pretty good. I think his pass rushing ability is really good. I've liked him. I've liked him a lot. What do you have, like 140 something tackles? A sack? What do you have? 2 sacks, and I forgot what his stats were last year. But he played really good. The guy can cover. You know what I mean? Like, he's not the best at covering, but I'm saying he's solid at his coverage. I think he's gonna be good, man. I think he wanted to come to the Eagles. Number one, it's his favorite, team since he was a kid. And on number 2, I think he wants to rewrite his own story here, and I think that's what he wants to do, improve himself. I mean, I'm surprised with that defense that the Chargers are building this year, on top of having that Super Bowl caliber team. That's going to be definitely going to be a contender this year. I'm surprised he didn't go back. The Chargers tried to get him back, but it just didn't happen. Did not happen. Teron says, what about Kaiser White? What are we? I think it's like 1.3. It's not. I think it's like 1.3 million or something like that. Let me check that out, actually. Not much. It can't be over 2 mil. 1.3. 1.3. That's it. 1.3. His cap. He's getting. No. It's 1.4. 1.428. He's getting paid $1.4 million this year. That's it. 500. He gets paid $500,000 a game, dude. That's crazy. $500,000 a game on a 1-year deal. He's getting paid $500,000 a game. That's nuts. Roster bonus, whatever it is. That's crazy. Yo, Weed, what's going on, man? Stopping by to say, hey, what's up, Joey? What's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day. Brad says, I'm surprised that Kaiser White landed with us. Could have gotten a better. 100%. I think he could have too. I think the Chargers were willing to give him a little bit more money, at least a little bit more length of years too. Jerry said, it's hard to get a jersey for any team you root for because the players isn't normally there enough. Yeah, especially for the Eagles. It's hard for me to get a jersey. Devontae. Now those Kelly Green jerseys come out next year. I'm excited for those and to see where. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for those. I don't know who I'm gonna get next year. Probably Devontae Smith. I'll get a Devontae Smith Kelly Green jersey next year. I don't know. I was thinking about Jordan Mailata. I was gonna get a Mailata jersey. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Teron says gonna have to pick up some Kelly Green jerseys. So I can't wait for the turn, dude. I'm pumped. Take my money now. Take my money now. Sude says if Saints have number 1 pick in 23, would you grab a QB? If Hurts doesn't work out, then yeah. But if he does work out, you got 2 first-round picks to do whatever the hell you want with next year. So we're going to look at the Saints next year and make sure they're losing enough games. KP says, we do need Lloyd first round. We only have Kaiser White for a 1-year deal. Philly 500 is texting me. Philly 500 is texting me pictures of Matt Corral right now. He's texting me pictures of Matt Corral. Oh my God, I can't deal with this. Richie says lockout strike, wide receivers, QBs, and they're asking for, according to management, a lot of money. Owners are beyond greedy. If this continues, can you foresee a labor situation? I doubt it with the NFL. Probably not. Probably not. I think the NFC East will be better division than experts think. Allen say all the teams look finally trending on the up. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I can't say we're on the verge of trending up. I mean, yeah, good season. We made the playoffs last year, but it's just we got to do better than last year. I mean, we had a lot of winnable games last year. Then we choked in a lot of games. Jerry said Dallas only one trending down, but still good enough. Their defense is still good enough. Their offense, I don't know. Their offense, they're paying Dak a lot of money right now, so I don't know. Tommy says, who do you think is a sleeper of the draft for the Birds to grab? A sleeper right now? I don't know, man. Pick that we don't think that could happen, but is a sleeper for the Eagles that they could get, but we're not expecting. I don't know, man. I really don't. I mean, there's plenty of guys. I mean, it could be you could go get McCreary in the second round at cornerback. At this point, Drake London could be a sleeper in this draft, and we don't know it. Just imagine he goes, and look, he could be. I mean, he could be. You never know. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Sleeper-wise, I'm not sure. I think Wan'Dale Robinson's a big sleeper in this draft. As a third-round pick, I think he should be an early second round. Brock's, I'm an Eagles fan for sure, but also Khalil Mack fan. I'd love to see him win a Super Bowl. Yeah, he's with the Chargers now. I totally forgot. Brad Peck said we should go get Khalil Shakir from Boise State. We could use him as Deebo Samuel. Jeffy says Giants players haven't lasted up past the rookie deals except a couple players, so it's a way hard to get a jersey. I agree. Ryan says, I think the Cowboys have gotten worse this offseason. Yeah, I don't think they've gotten better. I think they definitely take a big step back. I think they had a big step back. Josh says, what players could you see the Eagles moving up in the second round to grab that could slip? Oh, man. I mean, Kyer Alam could slip in the second round. Kyle Hamilton's not slipping in the second round. He'll be a late first round pick if he makes it out of the top 10. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't know who's going to slip. I mean, for all we know, Devontae Wyatt could slip out of this draft, out of the first round too, because of what's going on with his off the field issues. There's a lot of teams really not honing in on him anymore. So, Ollie Vile says TJ Edwards stepped up last year. Do you think he deserves an extension soon? I mean, let's see how he plays this year. He might get another extension. I don't know. I need a long-term answer at linebacker, dude. I can't with these 2 years, 2-year deals, 1-year deals. I need a long-term answer. Draft a linebacker this year, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Willie Alvarez says, thanks for keeping the Eagles community involved with each other and keeping it real. You and Philly 500 are the only times I got go to on live chats. Appreciate it, but I appreciate it so much. Definitely check us out for 3 days. Next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days of the draft. We're going to be streaming together for 3 days. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. I'm pumped for it. And yeah, we're going to be busy. We're going to be really busy. We're going to be streaming from both channels. So definitely give both channels a lot of love. A lot of love. There's I just watched the live These Dorks mock the Eagles taking Lloyd in London. I think that was Peter Schrager that did that. Davison Booth on the board at 18. I think Schrager had Lloyd in London, and I think I seen Lloyd and McDuffie. That's the one either or I wouldn't like it either. Oh, that was Danny Gray. Student says we lost a lot of games to our pass rush. Agreed. Carrie said, we got 500 to fall in love with him when we streamed earlier. Oh, Matt Corral. He's literally texting me pictures of Matt Corral. I'm not kidding. You can't see it, but he's texting me pictures of Matt Corral as we speak. Oh, he sent me 2 pictures already. So, been going crazy. Fred says 500 wanted a QB until he watches them. He wanted Willis. Now Corral. Stop it. Josh says Jordan Davis. That's who I want in that first round. Center maybe Linderbaum. KP says, so my thoughts on how we should draft. If we do not trade up to get Sauce or safety, we stay put at 15-18, get Olave and Lloyd or McDuffie. He's texting me pictures of Matt Corral. He keeps texting me pictures. He just texted me 2 more pictures. What did you guys do to him? What did you guys do to him? See what happens. He's typing right now. See if he sends me another picture. He's been literally sending me pictures of Matt Corral. He just sent me another picture of Matt Corral. He's probably watching the stream right now. I don't doubt it. He's probably watching this crap right now. So he sent me pictures of Matt Corral nonstop. It's literally nonstop. But he's watching. He's watching right now. He's being funny. Yo, Weezy, what's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good day. Brad says, what's the position of depth after the draft you would target? Another Emily from our team just retired today. Who retired? Who retired today? Yo, he is sending me more pictures. I can't do it anymore. He's sending me pictures nonstop of Matt Corral. Oh my God. Yeah, that's what it seems like, bro. Oh my God. Just says with easy money, nonstop talking Corral like he is his agent. He's premium. Join the wave. Howie's going to surprise draft day. I guarantee last year. Brandon says 500. Type something in the chat if you're here. He's watching. He did that. He did that on purpose. He's spamming with you with Matt Corral. Just pictures, man. He's just spamming me pictures. Easy money doesn't stop talking about Corral like Corral Jesus or something. Jeffy says, may the Corral be with you, Joey. No, it better not be. It better not be. Bridge says Matt Corral, no thank you. Gravy says Joey, 1 week dude, so 1 week dude, so antsy. It's I'm gonna be shitting my pants by the time the draft comes because oh man. I can't deal with like who? Oh, Cameron Malvix. Cameron Malvix. Retired today. Oh God. Oh God. If I was sitting Indian style at a buffet, I would draft a Marvin Leal in round 2. K Peep says by the end of the stream, you and him will be Corral fan. No, I'm not. No. That's not happening. Yeah, we're covering all 3 days of the draft. We're covering all 3 days. So definitely hit up both channels. He's still texting me, guys. He's texting me pictures. He's like literally texting me just Matt Corral pictures. I swear to God. I think he's on board. He's gonna piss me off the first day. I already know it. Oh man. Oh, you're right. I have hockey practice right now when the draft start, bro. It's starting next week, man. We're ready. Justin says, would much rather get defense than redo the season we just had with the new QB? No thanks. As you said, Joe, you got to take a look at Troy Anderson, a great players we can get in the second round. Troy Anderson is an athletic freak. Brand says, no, this is a real thing for Philly. He was talking about Corral the whole stream. Who retired? Cameron Malvix. Cameron Malvix. Scully says, with the 50th pick in NFL draft, Philly will select Bailey Zapp. Brad says, Cameron Malvix retired now. We only have on left end. KP said, wondering what his bets are on who we're drafting. Vegas is going to be making a lot of money off of us. Kadari says, I've never been so nervous about the draft in my life. Tommy says, Cowboys fans think they're going to get Debo. Chevy says, Philly should send a picture of your Twitter, tag you in the saying, I believe in Corral. Gravy says, I'll be tuning in day 3 from a beach in Punta Cana. Dude, I'd be so happy to be there. Shirley says, I'm going to have to see Corral's tape now. Man says, it went from Ojabo to Davis to Corral. 500 is hilarious. Josh said, Corral is a dude, but we were taking DK if we get him. Justin said, who the fuck is Matt Corral? I thought we had Hurts. That's, I mean, look, you got picks for next year for a quarterback. I think he's a practice squad. I don't know. Like, I'm sitting there like, am I supposed to know who Cameron Malvix is? Because I have no idea who that is. KP said we'll be replaced with a special teams member. Willie says, what time are 3 days of the draft? It's different. The first night it's like 7:30, I think. I think it's like 7:30 on the first night. Second day, I'm not sure. It could be like 11 or 12. I forgot what it is. Malvo. Rich said, I feel like I'm using another name because he would be able to. Headcar says, Philly needs to get best player available and not draft on need. Brad says, Brandon Graham is our only left end. Teron Jackson plays right end. Could he play both? That's not. That's what the trade was for QB next year if Hurts is bad. Well, that's what I thought it was. But if they go get Matt Corral in the second round, you know how pissed I'm going to be? Oh my God, I can't. He just texted me a picture of Matt Corral's jersey for $50. Oh man, you gotta love it. This guy is insane. Tommy says, never heard of this, seen this guy. I'm confused. Yeah, I was about to say, like, am I supposed to know who this guy is? This Cameron Malvaux? Malvo? I guess how you say it, Malvo. Here you say, Joey did this. Joey, who did we miss? We trade back for Milton, the one guy that got upset with Howie. It was another defensive tackle, I think. I think it was it was another defensive tackle. I forgot his name though. I forgot who it was. Tommy said, just don't draft no names. That's all I'm asking. K Peep says, Hurts will be replaced next year. Book it. We'll draft a receiver for next year's QB. We'll be drafting. They do not have confidence in Hurts, and it shows. If they take second round QB this year, the Eagles will be butt for a decade. Oh, it was a DB? I thought it was another defensive tackle. Get your Eagles Matt Corral jersey on back order now. Oh man, it's funny. Oh, dude, I'm gonna be so low key. I'm gonna be so fucking mad. I'll be pissed. I think I'm actually gonna be pissed off. Oh my God. Fred says, get your Eagles Matt Corral jersey. Justin says, Boot Jr. Alam jersey. That one's fine. Monty, I'm so ready for this draft, but also scared. Yeah, it's scaring the shit out of me too, bro. Scaring the crap out of me too. Susan says, Hamilton can't be worse than Rager. K Peep says, I believe Philip Farner is ordering you a Matt Corral. He ain't. Let me tell you something. If he mails me a Matt Corral jersey, I swear to God, it better be just for a joke, because I will send that back in a heartbeat. And a Kelly Green Devonta Smith jersey. Disrespect says, you're a horror movie guy, right? You seen the Vitch for a Lighthouse? I have not. No, I don't know what that is. I've never. No. Jerry said, I'm scared of this draft too. It's really a game changing draft for a lot of teams year. Alex is low key nothing. I'm cursing out Roseman from the rooftop. From the rooftop. Corral Minshew 22. Ryan says Philadelphia Eagles select Matt Corral in the second round. Yeah, it's not going to go well. It's not going to go well. As John said, I want Treylon Burks and Sauce if he falls in the draft. I might just have to do a reaction vid to. I might have to do a reaction vid to his highlights or something for Matt Corral, just to make everybody happy. I don't care if it gets copyright claimed, just to do it. Baron says, it's 500 sending you corral picks. Yeah, he's sending me nonstop. He sent me jerseys for $50. He sent me everything right now. So it says, watching Howie pick is a horror film. Is Matt Corral even good? And then Bill says, listen to what Greg Cosell said on Bird's YouTube channel. They went over QBs in this draft. KP said, this draft shape us up for good or bad for the next half decade. This could be what makes or breaks us. I totally agree. This is one of the most important, especially when we got those 3 first-round picks from the beginning. Like I said, this is going to be one of the most important offseasons for the Philadelphia Eagles because you have Jalen Hurts going to his 3rd year. That's at the end of this year is an extension year. So, we'll see. Carson, with Howie's track record, I'm already mentally prepared for him to have ready to punch my screen twice this year instead of once. Just Greg watches all the tapes. Our Gravy says Corral has a wicked release, so quick, also huge arm, and is just as athletic as Hurts. Brogg says Philly is going to jinx the draft. It's John said you should do a collab with Cool Cat Connor. Yeah, I've watched a lot of his stuff. Definitely, I would love to join that podcast. I'm actually doing one with Boys for Life this weekend. Cowboys fan Saturday. I'm hosting the Philly Shakedown this weekend. And then Sunday, I'm going to be on another Eagles channel. Someone said, Joey, I watched the Eagles band live in March. Kyle says, get another Georgia defensive tackle, probably Jordan Davis. That's one of my 2 guys. If I needs to sign a 1-day contract to the War Room. Just said, Gravy sounding like easy money now. Honey Badger. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. Justin says defense is key on this draft. Argravy says I like Corral a lot, but I would rather wait for next year to draft QB. Are they thinking that they can get a? Are they thinking that? Here's what I think. Do they think if they draft Matt Corral this year, that could potentially be the starter for next year, that since they'll have those 2 first-rounders, they won't have to draft a quarterback? Is that what they're doing? Are these picks for a quarterback next year, or do they have their eye set on Matt Corral just for the fact that they can go into next year's draft and already killing 2 birds with 1 stone, already having the quarterback going to 23 and already having 2 first-round picks to do whatever you want and building around Matt Corral? That's what I feel like that could be a possibility too, since all this is coming up. a Matt Corral autograph card. Philly 500 is going crazy. I think he's on board. K Peep says, if Howie drafts another no name, I'm creating a petition to get Howie fired. Yo, Rock, what's up? 7 days till what we see Howie Roseman does. Ryan said, I heard Steelers and Saints and Rams are interested in drafting a safety. As John says, who do you think is better, Devontae Wyatt or Jordan Davis? I think Wyatt is so under. I think Wyatt's good. He can move him around from defensive tackle to defensive end, more of a pass rusher than Jordan Davis. But Jordan Davis is going to clog up the hole. I think he fits well for our scheme as well from a 3-4 standpoint, being that nose tackle. Well, he will get a lot of attention. He will free up Javon Hargrave. If he starts next to him, he will. I think they should put him next to Javon Hargrave if they draft him. He will get a lot of attention and free up those defensive ends as well. So I feel like there's a lot of negatives and positives on both sides, but I like Jordan Davis a lot. My advice: do you think Debo is draft day trade? I doubt it. Student says at this point I would take Hutchinson. Agree they couldn't afford a second QB contract along with the 2 other first rounders in 4 years. Just saying. Justin says, wouldn't you want to improve your team now, not next year? Well, yeah, I think they're improving it already by what they're going to do in this draft. But you're talking quarterback. Then it's a different story. I don't know. That might be another video I could probably make on how this could actually make sense, as bad as I don't want it to happen. Ron says, Rod, Joey, would you give up 3 fifth-round picks and 4 to acquire another second? Yeah, of course. No, it's not too much. I would do it. You're not using all your picks for this draft. So you have 3 fifth-rounders. You have a couple thirds. I would move up to an early second-round pick. I'd move up to get 2. The second round is so stacked with talent to be starting talent, caliber talent from this draft. Yo, Suo, what's going on, man? Barron says Philly 500 is a Philadelphia treasure. That's definitely true. K Peeps say 7 days till the draft, Peeps. I can't freaking believe how nervous I am. I'm going to be shitting my pants. That's what's going to happen. Josh says Skull or Copenhagen. I ask again, it matters. I don't like Copenhagen that much. I used to do Copenhagen a long time ago. I got Copenhagen when they ran out of the other stuff. So I'm not a big Copenhagen guy. Not a Copenhagen whiskey straight. Yeah, can't do it. Joey, look at Khalil Shakir. He is a beast. He is from Boise State. FJG said, did Nick the other day offer any early spring gardening tips? More manure. Judson says corner defensive line and a bigger need and a quarterback. Ryan said, I think Philadelphia Eagles will draft a safety in the 3rd round because I don't think Kyle Hamilton or Penn State safety will be gone before the Philadelphia Eagles pick. Yeah, they could be. Well, there's Daxton Hill. There's Smoke Monday in the 3rd round. You got Pitre at from Baylor. There's a lot more. There's a lot more in the 2nd round you can go get if they fall to 51. That's just if they fall to 51. So I'm not really sure. John Howie said he was going to be aggressive free agent. He got my hopes up for nothing. Suo says, I'm done with the mocks. The drafts need to be here already. K. Peep said, I've taken out a drafted a receiver of Debo. He wants money. That money can go somewhere else, and drafted wide receiver can get paid years later when the money increases for the cap. Brand said he's a sleeper. K. Peep says there is a rumor how somehow Nick Foles comes back. I doubt that. If he comes back, I mean, it's way too many. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, man. A lot of talent that 2nd round. I'd really try to get another 2nd round pick. Keep 15, 18. Try to trade up in the 2nd again. You have enough picks to do it. I would try to trade up in that 2nd again. I would try to get it done. But you trying to start a rumor? Justin, I agree with Skull take. Also, I'm a Georgia fan, so more dogs we take, the happier I am. Fred Flores, so you're right. I'm saying, Joey, the talent in the 2nd isn't far off from 1st. I'm pumped for the 1st round, but really interested to see what we're going to do in the 2nd. Yeah, that's definitely going to be something interesting. He'll set up a draft Golden Corral before Matt Corral. We got a super chat from our grave. Appreciate it very much, man. He says, people are saying Eagles trade away at 1st for flexibility to still draft a QB this year. Can't pay a QB and 2 other 1st round picks sometime in 4 years. That's what I'm saying. You draft a quarterback and then you have all these other picks that work out. This team is so screwed up with it's so screwed up with these contracts and how they don't balance out what we have to do. It's crazy. Blue City Empire Sports says, hey, Joey, there's rumors New York Giants in love with Jeremiah Johnson. Are you talking about Jermaine Johnson? Is that you're talking about Jermaine Johnson? Could be. I think Thibodeaux or Jermaine Johnson. I think they'll pick a defensive end, one of those picks. Sue said, Joey, Philly, are we trading with Carolina? I'm hearing a lot of rumors that Carolina is. I think Eagles and Carolina have been in talks about a potential trade to 6. So we'll see. John said, Sauce and Hamilton fall. Would you take? Oh, I'd take Sauce in a heartbeat. I mean, there's Sauce 100%. I mean, yeah. Key peeps, I think we don't move up in the draft, we'll have to draft 2 draft spots in the 1st and trade up to get 2 picks in the 2nd. This is definitely a win-win. I totally agree. Barron says, I'd love to see our reaction to Howie taking Corral if it happens. Trust me, you'll see it. Judson says, trade up to get Sauce and trade down to 18 for a late 1st and a 2nd rounder. Rod says, Joey, do you mean trading up our only 2nd pick or trading to get another? I would trade to get another 2nd round pick. I would trade to get another one. I wouldn't trade the 2nd we have now. I try to trade the other picks to get another 2nd rounder if I could do it. If they could do it, sure. So it's a dream come true to trade up to 6 and get Sauce would be crazy. If they got Sauce, I would already be hyped up for the rest of this draft. They get Sauce in the 1st round. Yeah. It's a draft miss. It's not Christmas. It's called draft miss for a reason because it is a Christmas for Philadelphia Eagles fans. So, Blue Say, I meant to say Jermaine. And it's all good. Carsill, I'm after watching you in 500 stream this year, so I won't melt down alone. Howie Scrub, trust me. You will either be happy with us or you'll be going out of your damn minds with us. So, Josh says you're doing a live stream during. Yeah, we're drafting 3 days. So we are going to be drafting all 3 days. So I don't know what time we're starting the day of the draft, but we're going to be streaming from both channels. So definitely give both channels a lot of love first day. Susan says, watch Giants draft O-line 5. Eagles snag Thibodeaux. Willie says, I yelled at Jeffrey Lurie one time at the stadium. AJ Feely or Detmer was QB. I yelled, look at the product you're putting on the field. I know he heard me. It was quiet. It's funny. Kyle says, if Sauce isn't there at 6 and Stingley is, I'm taking 100%. If Sauce isn't there, Sauce gets taken, I'm taking Stingley. Chris says, I want at least 2 second-round picks, if not 3. K Peep says, I'm definitely watching you the moment we draft 15, 18. I'm taking pics of your reaction. Oh, boy, this is going to be bad. Rich says, Sauce is going first overall. Should Aiden is not a generational talent. Suo said, if we get Sauce, I wouldn't care if take Drake London at 18 and Corral in the second. Griff said, 49ers say they have zero intentions of trading Debo. That's what a lot of teams say. But, well, because they have the power over Debo. They could do whatever they want. They could just sit him. He could sit the whole year for a low cap hit. Really, he only costs, what, $4 to $5 million against the cap. So, really, they could sit Debo for the whole year. They could sit him for the whole year, and then they'll get money back for him not showing up the game. So, really, 49ers don't really lose much by him. They lose talent on the field, but other than that, cap-wise, they're fine. He's not going to be expensive, so. Brian said, if we trade Minshew, do we draft a quarterback late in the draft or sign a free agent quarterback? I think they sign one. I think they'll go sign one from another practice squad, or they'll sign another. I don't know. Backup quarterbacks are expensive, so they're not dipping for a backup quarterback for a lot of money. So I feel like they're going to go get one. John says, I want Sauce so bad he'll be better than Ramsey in the NFL. Sean says, exactly, Joe. Get another second-round pick. I would also use 6th-round pick to switch thirds and early in the 3rd round. Joe said, Vikings will take Stanley at 12. Joey says, Detroit versus everybody. Josh said, I'm watching your stream so I can also be surrounded by disappointment Eagles fans. Chris says, move back 1st round with 18 to get another 2nd, Dillard, and a 4th for the 40th pick. NYG said, in reality, with the picks to have Eagles, Giants, and Jets, if they do this right, prove their roster a ton. Joey's done Minshew and Rager to the Lions, pick 97. Why would you want Rager? You just said Detroit versus everybody, so I guess you're a Lions fan. Why would you even want Rager for 97? I don't know. Chris Scott, then we'll have 40, 50, and 51. Stingley or Hamilton? I'm picking cornerback over Hamilton. I don't care. I'm picking Stingley and Sauce over Hamilton. I'll pick Booth over Hamilton. Sue says Eagles' biggest targets are Wyatt and Davis. That's what I'm hoping. The first 2 pre-draft visits were Wyatt and Davis both. So I'm hoping that's on top of their list. Fred says, I'd rather get that punter Ariza from San Jose State other than QB at this point and draft the legend Golden Corral. It's John says we should trade Minshew and a few late-round picks to Carolina. 1st-round pick. So do you think 15 Garner and Dillard would be enough to go to 6? I think so. I mean, they might need more picks than that, dude. I mean, I don't think 2 players is going to get it done because they don't have. I don't think the Panthers have a 1st-round pick or a second. I don't think they have a 1st-round pick for next year. So we might have to. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I don't know what it's going to cost, but they need picks. I mean, more than players, they need picks. Jerry, what's going on? What up, Shakes? Not taking these late shows. People need to listen while working. Joey says, "Man, y'all gave up on Rager too early." Look, from what if the guy has a bad mentality, I'm not. He's done as a football player in the NFL, in my opinion. If his mentality is and he can't handle this city, if that's his problem, that's his problem. So he's going to play. I mean, he's going to be on the roster this year, maybe. I don't know, but he's not going to be starting. Hopefully not. Fred, let the Lions have Rager if they want him. Shakes. I'm fine with it. KP said, just got an invite to the Eagles Nest. The Eagles fan club might be the best way to watch the draft so I can cry with everyone. Josh says, I will say our Super Bowl defense, we got amazing safety play, and our corners were average. I definitely do Sauce or Stingley over Hamilton, but after that, not so sure. Yeah, you had Rasul, you had Jalen Mills and Ronald Darby. I mean, you didn't have good cornerbacks. They were solid, but they weren't anything spectacular. That pass rush for the Eagles was just amazing. And the safety play with Malcolm Jenkins moving all over the field bandaged up our secondary, you know. So I want that moving piece at safety in the 2nd round. If they have really no interest in getting Tyrann Mathieu, that's the case. Wait, that narrative is new to me. If you don't know what's going on with Jalen Reagor, you got to look up some videos because you'll see why Reagor is not being effective in this offense. Robbie says Reagor is the worst. Chris says, Shakes, have a great night, brother. Thanks for doing this. Yeah, definitely. Great. Oh, it's a 6:15. It's already 6 in the afternoon. Damn. This day I have to go out. I have to do some errands today. I have to do a few things today. We'll be back. We'll definitely be back tomorrow. Brian said, if the Lions want Reagor that bad, give us the number 2 pick then. Barron says, expect disappointment. You'll never be disappointed. I'm expecting something bad, but I also, we'll see. My vow said he can't even handle his IG. Yeah, I heard his IG lives are pretty bad too. Like he has a big, pompous attitude, which I can't stand either. Joe John said, yeah, I'm not a Philly fan, so I'll take your word. Yeah, I would you got to look at Jalen Reagor and he's got a really bad attitude, and his mentality is he fights with the Eagles fans on Twitter. Every time he has a bad game, he literally blocks his comment section so no one could comment on him when he posts things. That's how butthurt he is. No joke. You have to look this up. Reagor, if you didn't have this unfortunately, his mentality is just really bad. So trust me, it's not a player that you want or to waste, But Judson says, who do you think would trade for Reagor? I think he gets traded. I think maybe Atlanta does. Maybe Atlanta could because, they don't have Gage is gone. Calvin Ridley suspended. They really have no receivers. I mean, they really don't have anybody. Some Black Ninja says, what do you think of Sky Moore in the second? I think he's fantastic. I wouldn't mind Sky Moore at all. Sky Moore's definitely another weapon. Kyle says, I'll take T.O. over regular. K-Peep says, let the Lions have him so they can find out. It's don't even tell them. Yeah, it's bad, dude. It's really bad. I'm not even just talking crap. It's really bad. It's probably one of the worst receivers I've seen. I mean, we had Nelson Aguilar, and that was pretty bad the first 2 years. But this guy, damn. Reagor better save energy nickel. He makes on the rookie contract. We would struggle to find out as a telemarketer after this. Student says Reagor sounds like Ray McCarth. Robbie says Sky Moore is super overrated. Joe T. Time said, it's nuts. I had no idea it was that bad. Yeah, it's been pretty bad. It's been pretty bad. I wish he worked out. I really do. I feel like he's got some – I feel like he has talent. It's just – Tronic says, Denzel, I would take it first for Debo. Ray says, yup, drop the ball. Reagor is trash. Just cut Reagor. Reese says, same face, new places. Eagles, Lions could trade Reagor for Lions cornerback Jeff Okudah. Isn't Jeff Okudah a bad corner? Did he not pan out too well? Was he injured too? Jalen Reagor or Darius Slayton? Oh, I'd probably pick Slayton over Reagor. I mean, 100%. I mean, you're asking Slayton over Slayton or Reagor? Slayton by a mile. Slayton's somewhat been productive, Joey said, I knew Reagor was struggling, but I had no idea he was pulling that crap. Yeah, it's really not good. I'd be surprised if he starts ever again for another team, So we're trying. I mean, our GM has been trying. I mean, he literally had 2 touchdowns for 300 yards this year. I mean, it's actually that bad. To a point where they started him the Eagles gave him every opportunity. They started him every game. They did nothing. Every game, they started him every game this year and did absolutely nothing. After that Giants game, I was pretty much done. 2 wide open passes, and he dropped both of them. I was pretty much done after that. So, some Black Ninja says, trade Reagor to the Jets for the 10th pick. Jerry said, no, with Slayton, and you'll change your mind. Well, he's been more productive. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying he's been more productive. Johnson, I want Travis Fulgham back. We could have Smith, Fulgham, and a wide receiver. It's another receiver they let go. But unfortunately, Fulgham never, even that year when he exploded, Fulgham didn't have a strong camp at all. He just doesn't have strong camps. K-Peep said maybe if he goes to another team, it'll work out for him like Nelson. Yeah, maybe, I guess. Okudah flashed really last season under Aaron Green. Anthony Pleasant, but he's recovering from an Achilles. Yeah, I thought he got injured, which sucks. Sua says Reagor put on weight coming into the combine. You look at his college tape; he's twitched up and explosive. He looks slow as hell now. Yeah, he does. Well, I think it's all here, guys. When you're all in your head, you're not going to show that. He didn't show any explosiveness for the Philadelphia Eagles this year. I mean, it's all in his head, dude. It's that bad. Howie is publicity chastening Rager. Amali Virus says Smith was wide open on the last Giants play too, not the flashbacks. No. Yeah, dude, it's crazy, dude. The first Giants game, he was open twice on one route. He was open on a slant and then went back upfield and he was open again, putting his hand up. And that was, what was the game that he went up to Nick Sirianni and said, give me the ball, and they didn't give it to him? That's what I can't stand, dude. You got a receiver that's so like, give me the ball and I'll get it done. You know, like that's what I like. But no, we don't do that. I hate Shane Steichen. Can't stand it. You know, and I say Hurts is another problem, but Shane Steichen, I don't like his play design for this offense and who he wants to give the ball to. Freaking stupid. KP said the 2 touchdown passes he dropped definitely was the end of the road for him. Fat Boy Lowe says, what position do you think the best is best for Quez Watkins? I think he's an outside receiver, man. He would have been a 1,000-yard receiver this year. He would have hit 1,000 yards easy this year. He had a playoff game. He got open 3 times for potential touchdowns, and you totally missed him. Either he underthrew him, he overthrew Quez on that one pass on the left side of the field on that go route, and he missed him on that post corner earlier in the game. I forgot what the third one was, but it's just ridiculous, man. Bryce said, I saw Rager in person at a sneak store. Glad I didn't take a picture with him. Student says, Smith is a true number 1. Stoney says, with all the resources they put into these players, you would think they do a psychological testing on potential picks. Bryce said, I saw Rager at a sneaker store. Glad I didn't take a picture. Ryan says, Bears just signed a receiver. Who'd they sign? Bears have signed former Seahawks wide receiver David Moore and a former Commanders DB Greg Stroman Jr. Interesting. Oh, there's some video on Zach Pascal working out on some of his routes, working his tail off. I mean, I'm excited for Zach Pascal. He's fast. He's quick. Wow. The break of his route is pretty nice. Wow, he's pretty quick. Not necessarily the fastest guy, but he's quick. Showing some video on him. I mean, he could play. I don't know if he could play inside. That's the thing. Like, Quez Watkins is an outside receiver. I mean, he's capable. So Smith open almost every play if you watch his all 22 film. I don't doubt it, bro. If I could go back and have no life and go through every single game this year, it would be a travesty. Hey, John, y'all are Hurts haters. He is young QB who can run and be an accurate passer. He is our franchise. We'll see what happens. Hey, I'm not talking crap. I'm not saying he can't, but he's got some flaws. He's got to clean up. So I'm hoping he cleans it up. If he doesn't, then I don't know what's going to happen. Mentality is fantastic. Work ethic's fantastic. I do not question his work ethic. So, GM seems Steve Kerr says that there's 0 chance Arizona Cardinals will trade Murray. He is already getting traded. Hopefully, not here in Philly. It doesn't even matter. Pete Carroll said the same thing, that they weren't going to trade Russell Wilson, and look how that turned out. I don't believe any head coach that says that. Pete Carroll said, "Oh, we're definitely not trading Russell Wilson," and look what happened. Come on now. I don't believe a damn word from anybody in this league. Because who you think will get traded on draft day? I don't know, dude. There's not that much that gets traded. Like, we got Marquise Goodwin in that draft a couple years ago. And 2020 we trade for Marquise Goodwin. And I mean, like, I don't think there's gonna be, for guys on big contracts. I don't know. Guys are gonna be getting big contracts, like big names. I'm not sure. Akari says Shea needs to just feed Smitty the ball. Joey says with Hurts was a line instead of we're gonna get Walmart Hurts Willis. Bryce said, will Jaquan be there at 51, or should we trade up in the second? I mean, I would trade up in the second. Will Jaquan. Wait, will Jaquan be there? No, probably not. You're gonna have to move up. 51 is too far away. I think you're gonna miss. He's gonna be an early second. Brian Pringle was an underrated signing by Chicago. Yeah, but the problem with Pringle and some of these receivers that come from KC is that Mahomes makes a lot of these guys look really good. So I don't know if Pringle's going to be good. I mean, Pringle looked good with what that whole offense was given around him. We'll see, but I don't know. Mahomes made a lot of those receivers look really good. Jason Pascal will be a nice possession receiver. Oh, I like Pascal. I always like the signing. It just wasn't enough for me. Black Line said Christian Watson shooting up the draft boards according to Jakeem Media. Interesting. So it said, where's the video at? It's on Twitter. It's from Zach Pascal's Twitter account. He just posted a video of him running some routes. Looks really good. He's working on like breaks on his routes and stuff. He looked pretty good. Brian says the Eagles only had one roster spot left. It came down to Ortega-Whiteside or Reagor. Who would you take? I don't know. Because to be honest with you, Whiteside does more than Reagor does. He's good on special teams, and he's a good blocker. I think he just does more. So probably be Whiteside, be honest with you. Did you enjoy 420, my man? I don't do that stuff. It's been a long time. I don't do that stuff, but it was a good day, though. I didn't do anything. I don't do that stuff anyway, but, Judd said, I'm hoping Hurts can be the guy. Thinking Dillard and Minshew get traded. Yo, Desert Eagle, what's going on, man? What's going on, bro? Judd said, then hoping for Reagor gets traded. I feel bad for the guy, but he's got to be better. Stoney says, Pascal reminds me of Jason Avant. Riley says, Joey, would you trade Hurts right now for a first? If a first was offered, yeah, I would. If we were offered a first-round pick, yeah, I would do it in a heartbeat. You can't give up a first-round pick. I'd give up a first-round pick. You got Gardner Minshew right there. If a first-round pick was offered, yeah, I would. And that's just not saying because I hate Jalen Hurts, because it's because if you're offered a first-round pick for Jalen Hurts right now, like straight up. Pascal reminds me of Brandon Ayuk. I don't know about that. Brandon Ayuk is a little more slippery than Pascal, but Cedar Torres says that there room for Miles if Eagles trade for Debo. Yeah, I don't see why not. Well, they're not going to be using him as a running back. The whole point of this whole thing is that he doesn't want to be treated as a running back. He wants to be a pure wide receiver. He doesn't want to be treated as a running back now. Philly fan says, hey, Joey, really enjoy the streams. What do you really want with the first pick? Can only pick one. Sauce Gardner. I'd go get a corner now. Right now. Instantly right now. That's what I'm doing. See here. Justin Bieler said, didn't Debo only have one good season? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. We're hitting on the 2-hour mark of the stream, guys. I got to do some stuff. I have to actually have a video for tomorrow. I got to finish up for tomorrow. I have a channel membership. I did David Bell from Purdue today, wide receiver from Purdue. I did a channel membership. Check the channel memberships in the pinned comment description for extra content, draft highlight reactions. We're on our 32nd player as of right now. So we're already over 30 players. We've already went over with some of the draft highlight reactions. We got, set up behind the scenes reactions and stuff like that on stuff that I'm doing for the channel. So definitely grab on those memberships, any tier in the pinned comment above. Much appreciated everybody. Much appreciate everybody joining the stream today, guys. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Trying to see if there's anything else going on. I don't think there is. Yeah, Debo has some injuries, yeah. Justin says, yeah, one healthy season isn't worth 18 to 22 million a season. Ryan says, yeah, I will be at all 3 draft night stream next week. Appreciate it, man. So me and Philly 500, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll be streaming together on both channels. So definitely go on both channels, show love on both sides. Definitely the Philly Shakedown is growing by this is the first year we're doing the Philly Shakedown. It's growing by it's going to be growing a lot more. And I appreciate everybody that's been enjoying the streams. We'll be hosting the Philly Shakedown on Saturday. I'll be hosting on my channel this Saturday as well. Talk about some things too. So it should be really interesting. So All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. It's about the 2-hour mark. I got some errands I have to run. I'll have a video out tomorrow, another channel membership out tomorrow, another stream tomorrow, probably around, between 1 o'clock to 4 in the afternoon. We'll do one of these streams again, and we'll be ready to go. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. You guys enjoy your day. Like the stream if you guys haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're streaming every day till the draft. We got a lot of content we're putting out right now, so definitely subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. You guys enjoy your day, and we'll see. Enjoy your night. We'll see you on the next one. SHAKESQUAD up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.